I remember one time, um, we were all it was a summertime weeknight, right? And we were all hanging out at the Advantage House. And the Advantage House is the house behind the Advantage machine on Minnesota Avenue. So a few of us, well, actually a number of us, were hanging out there. I want to say it was about 7 o'clock at night. It was a nice warm weekday evening, and this is pre most cell phones, but some cell phones existed. So there was a house phone at the Advantage House, and a friend of ours called the house phone. The friend who was calling on the cell phone was frantic and was like, "We're being chased by like these crazy dudes, like four crazy dudes in a car. They keep screaming and yelling that they're gonna kick our ass. We're just freaked out. We don't know what to do. We're gonna come there. Like, can you guys help us?" And somebody starts spreading the word and sort of shouting like, these other guys are in a car. They're being chased. They're in trouble. We don't know what's going on. And the three people on the couch stand up, and then the couch cushions lift, and three people get out of the couch from under them. Like, that's what it felt like. It was just, I thought I had been hanging out with six people at this house, and by the time the crowd of us had gathered to save our friends on the front lawn, there must have been 35 people out there. So they pull up, screech tires. Seconds later, a car pulls up behind them, screeches the tires, and there's some shouting that commences, right? But it's like really preliminary shouting. So our friend Bill does the like psycho thing, where you just take it to a level just, like if somebody was gonna beat you up and you just stripped naked and started throwing your poo around and screaming bloody murder, So Bill starts doing that and, doing the like puffing his chest out and, "Come on, you wanna do this? You wanna do this?" And like, and I kind of chuckled up under my breath at it, but I knew one of the guys that got out of the car. And I had seen him do some serious shit to some other guys at Roosevelt. And I'm not going to name his name because he's scary. But he was one of them, and I thought to myself, "Oh, this could get really bad." Well, Bill does this peacocking thing where he just goes bonkers. And these guys just sort of like back down, and they just all kind of put their butts up against their car, and they're like kind of looking at each other and I'm like, "What the hell is up with this dude?" And then I come out and I've got whatever the worst beer you could imagine is. And I'm like, "Hey, so-and-so," whose name I won't mention. "It's me, Sayler, from Roosevelt. You remember me?" And he's like, "Oh yeah, hey man." He's like, "I think this was just a misunderstanding." And then everybody kind of calms down and everything gets a little bit chill. I'm like, "You guys want to grab a beer? Like, I think it's all good, right? We're all good." And somebody took Bill away because he's sweaty and red in the face, and he probably had one eye that was bloodshot at that point from his own screaming, and everything sort of disseminated, and people crawled back downstairs and turned the movie back on or whatever and went back to what they were doing. And to me, that's just emblematic of the ways in which, as frayed as our scene could be at times, when someone was in trouble or something needed to get done, everybody would pour onto the front lawn and figure out how to get it done. And I just imagine what that looked like through the lens of those four dudes in that car chasing our friends, because I have a feeling they had no idea what they were walking into.